anything like that, but something that's sustainable. I'm doing a little differently today, so we'll sit in meditation for a couple minutes and then we'll go to the Dharma talk. But on Friday, I was sharing how I really want to bring back and sustain and keep sustainable the meditation practice. So you can either let the eyes open or have them closed. And I do want to say that if you are neurologically atypical, meaning if you have like any manic depressive, anxiety, depression, anything like that, and meditation triggers you, then just keep the eyes open and focus on the breath. Meditation is not the best for everybody, but it can be really good for a lot of us. Straight away, we just start to look around the internal landscape. And in the hospitality world, we always have a cycle of service. So there's never a reason why you should be completely bored at work, right? Like if you're bored, it's like they say, shame on you. So the same thing with meditation, there's a cycle of service. So you check on the mind, then you check on the body, then you check on the breath. You check on the mind, you check on the body, then you check on the breath. And you might find some kind of like peace in that where you're not doing any of those things and you feel really present, and that's great. We also can get trapped in these little corners where we actually start to loiter and we're really starting to look at and think about negative things, or we're starting to list things that we need to do later, and then you have to usher yourself back to that cycle of service. So let's try that for a minute or two together. If you're sitting outside, just feeling the breeze on the skin and the breeze in the nostrils. And as you check on the body, you just see how the spine is feeling. Where do you feel kind of warmed up and ready to go? Where do you feel a little bit achy or stiff? Or just kind of no sensation? And as we check on the mind, see how it's maybe jumping around the vrittis, the monkey mind, jumping from one topic to another. Or if it feels really rooted, like a mighty oak, really stable, focused. Eyes closed, and I'm just going to share a little bit here on the Dharma talk. Yesterday, I was listening. I had the pleasure of getting out of the house for 20 minutes or so, and was able to listen to a podcast called Code Switch, which is on NPR as well. And they had Regina King, who's now Oscar winning, but now is Emmy nominated for her role in The Watchmen, which I've seen like one or two episodes. It's like a sci-fi, uprising racial content. It seems really, really dope. Anyway, she was sharing about, she's a woman of color, and she was sharing about her positionality and how she gets these roles. And the interviewer asked her, like, does she cherry pick the roles? Does she only seek these kind of roles that speak to the American experience? And she actually said something that was kind of interesting and simple. And she was like, it's kind of cheesy. She was like, but I'm proud to be, and I'm grateful to be American. And so the roles that she picked, a lot of them can be perceived as unpatriotic because you're always looking at race and religion and supremacy in the country that we live in. And one thing that sticks with me now, as whenever I think about it, is she mentioned how it's almost like when you're a parent or like you mentor people or anything like that, you have the right to hold them accountable to be their greatest. And she was like, you know, I love America so much that I actually focus on the greatness. And the roles that I pick are really trying to sort through, dig in, find the greatness of this country by acknowledging all of the muck and the mire. And I think that's really powerful because you would never say to a parent, like, oh, you care too much about your kid. You know what I mean? Like, you're over-parenting them. There is a tricky balance, there's a balance for over-parenting. But I find that when you care for your children and you love them so much, it's because you love them so much that you actually want them to be the best that they can be, and you stand in that possibility for them. So it's like maybe you don't let them quit everything that they want to quit. You know what I mean? Maybe you kind of let them see the course. And so I think that even for me, every week I'm feeling so many different things. I'm watching different things, but I've also done really good this week with like cutting off social media a little bit more, just because I don't have the capacity to watch another video of a killing, to be honest. I can read the comments and already kind of be there. So for me, I've also started to recognize that my caring is really big, and I have to figure out how to be that caring and compassionate and ruthless with my caring and compassion, but not to the point that I'm actually starting to like mine my resources and my emotional stability. So I wanted to share that with the class because I feel like, you know, right now we're in the middle of the summer and things are kind of fun and the weather's nice. And it's really nice and important to like enjoy that. And so I come to your classes, I go to the beach and do the things that fill you up and your family. And I feel like we have to know that when we do hit the books again and when we do get, you know, kind of intense with assignments, when we start voting, when we start, you know, doing the census and doing all those things that we have to do our civic duty, we want to keep that in mind, that it's not because we're hypercritical of our country, it's because we want our country to be the greatest. And because we care so much and we're so invested and we have our families here and we don't plan on leaving and, you know, being an expat necessarily. I have some friends who talked about that and a couple who've actually made it happen, but I plan on staying here. And so for me, this yoga practice and being a teacher is my way of sharing the ways that I'm like ruthlessly compassionate about the issues that I find that matter for me, that matter for my family, and that matter for a lot of all of us. I mean, really all of humanity and also the animal world too. The environment doesn't stop at just the people who can talk, or the beings who can talk. So we'll pause that there. I always, I wish that there was more dialogue. Like I want like, Bonnie, what do you think? But we have to get to class. We have to do yoga. And I really do hope that we can start to have more things outside where we can talk after class and have that kind of chatting back and forth communication. So it's not just one way disseminating to the class. We'll pause there. And let's just take a moment again. So now it's your moment to set an intention to come back to, it's like snap back into your body, into what you need for yourself. And just set an intention for the season, for the week, for the day. You try to blink the eyes open. Just take a deep breath and reach the arms overhead, lifting up, pulling down that good prana, good energy, and just draw it right down to the heart. Let's try that 2 more times. So just a big opening. And exhale, drawing it down. And inhale, pulling up. Exhale, drawing it to the heart. In the Chinese medicine tradition, the heart is the emperor or empress. of the organs. And so everything has to kind of funnel through them. They kind of do everything and nothing at the same time. They're the crown jewel. So that's why we usually land at the heart and plug into the heart. Here, just bring the right hand down, point to mirror you. So mirror, bring the right arm down. Inhale and come back up through center, over to the other side. Inhale. Let the fingertips come down, just walking away, piano fingers. Thinking of your body like a massive teepee. And then start to let the head move from right and left. That feels really tight. You can do it kind of like a pendulum, so let the chin come down. And just swing right and left. Keep walking your fingertips away from the body. And then we'll start to just walk the fingertips forward. Pull yourself forward onto the hands and knees. So just take a moment here and set yourself up. Press down to the fingertips. Make sure you're not on a root or stem if you're outside. Sometimes it's like, I'm completely on the roots. And just take a moment here to pedal the feet. So I pedal the feet. So it's almost like a cat kneading the bed. So you're just literally kind of like scrubbing your mat with your toes, just stretching the extenders or the flexors of the toes. Do a little bit on the toes today, so just warming that up. On the next inhale, keep the toes like they are, just inhale with full. Exhale, round the spine and release the top of the feet. Just 2 more times. Inhale. Up the toes and exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. This time on the exhale, lift the hips up and back. Down dog. And again, just check the landscape of the body here. Maybe it feels good right away to be still. Maybe you have to pedal and move the head around and ease into the space, ease into your own body. On your next inhale, come forward to plank. And again, soften the knees, widen the feet, sway a little bit right and left. On your next exhale, lower the knees and come back to an extended child's pose. Just reach the hips back. Keep walking your fingertips away from you. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, forward. Exhale, extended child's pose. Inhale, exhale, down dog. And just go like that 2 more times. Really simple sequence to warm the body. Next time you're down dog, we'll just meet there. Just sway the hips right and left. Start to walk your fingers or walk your hands up. Walk your feet up towards your fingers. So we're at the top of the mat, let everything hang. Grab opposite elbows, shake out the head. And neck. As you're here, just notate where your feet are. If they're wide apart, if they're close together, wherever it is perfect. Just keep it, bend the knees. And then come up to an early chair pose. So it's not going to be the deepest chair pose. It's not meant to be. And create a little bit of movement. So you're just bouncing up and down a little bit at a few inches, softening the wrists. Ankles are nice and supple. On the next inhale, stand all the way up, stretch the legs. Exhale, come down, fold over your legs. Inhale, long, flat back and forward. Exhale, step back to your plank pose. Take your inhale here. And on the exhale, let's just lean to the right. Move side plank. Think of it like a big breath in. Exhale, come back to placid plank on the breath out. Inhale, breath into the left. Exhale, breath out the center. Stay here for the inhale. Exhale, lower the knees and the tops of the feet. Maybe the hips is like a lazy up dog. Wide. When this is too much for your low back, you can always just come into low cobra. And pressing the top of the feet down. And lifting the shoulder heads behind you. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, down. This time, walk the hands back to the feet. So that's kind of what I was going for before. Walk the hands back, 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 back. Bend the knees. You're at the back of the mat now. Folding. Swing. Just hanging out. Notate where the feet are. Bend the knees. Come on up to that chair pose again. And again, just move right and left a little bit. So let the upper body sway. Right? Play with the weight in the feet, knees and the quads. Next, inhale, stand all the way up, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, crawl back out to your down dog. Inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, look under the armpit. Inhale, straighten the leg. Take a moment to level the hips. Move them to feel level, and then exhale, step the foot forward. Pause here, low lunge, rocking forward and backward. Look in front of your mat, so make sure you're kind of have that. The front of the neck is lengthened. Bobbing back and forth. Exhale, soften the back knee down the top of the foot. Inhale, crawling up to your top, onto the top leg, and take a moment here so you can kind of come in and out a little bit. And then we'll reach the arms overhead. Exhale, cactus the arms. We've been doing this for like a month, I feel like, but cactusing the arms. And again, not just performative or decorative. You want to even go a little bit lower than out to the side. So almost like your elbows are trying to squeeze your waist. Yeah, even a little lower, so yeah. And then turn the tips of the elbows up. Good. And then inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale, tuck the back toes, lift that knee up. And exhale, step back to your down dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin, or everything at one time. Inhale, low cobra. So always on the upper level. Most of you all are at home, so if you do feel like you want, more extreme lines, you want to be an up dog, you want to be in chaturanga plank, right? That's you can kind of season your food how you want, yoga practice how you want. On the next inhale, push on up. Exhale. This is just the kind of the outline of your practice. So on the inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, bend the left knee, look under the left armpit. Inhale, take your time, straighten the left leg, level your hips. That's a very important step. I don't want you to hurt your sacrum. On the exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. And on the fingertips here, rock forward and backward. Notice the tendency for the right leg to kind of sag down, keeping the feet lifting up. But now on the exhale, we'll let it actually come down and release the top of the foot, crawling up on that left leg, and then back out a little bit. So I always have to come out because I feel like I just need to this time in my life, and then I can come back in and it feels okay. Take a moment here just to firm the right butt cheek up. Make sure that the right butt is not super soft, because then we'll have a tendency to over push. Okay, inhale, reach the arm up, both arms. Exhale, pull it out to the side, practicing the arms. Add a little bit of dynamic here, so inhale, reach up again. Exhale, pull it out to the sides, elbow tips, reaching up. One more time, inhale. Exhale, looking up. Inhale, reach everything up. Exhale, hands come down, tuck the back toes. Inhale, lift the right leg, step back. On the exhale to down dog. Inhale, resolve from forward to plank. Widen the feet here, soften the knees. Lean to the right side plank, or you can support it, lowering that right knee. Exhale, back to center. Over to the left, you just support it, or classic. Exhale, back to center. Stay here for your inhale. Exhale, lift all lower one line if you can to the belly. Inhale, lifting up to a low cobra or lazy up dog. Or some of us might be ready for up dog, so the knees are lifted, thighs are lifted. And stay. Throw back to a few weeks ago. Bring the hands back by your hips and press the fingernails down on the mat. Locust pose. Just test out one leg first. So lift just the right leg up. And see if you can keep the leg as straight as you can. Good. So even a little bit straighter. Nice. And then exhale, set it down. Left leg lifts up. Exhale, set it down. Just 2 more times on either side. So you might be surprised. I was actually looking at the video after a couple weeks ago and seeing that I was actually bending quite a bit in that leg. So I'm also having to work to keep the leg straight as lifting. Our last set here. And start to bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Squeeze the elbows to the bottom. Inhale. Lift up. Exhale. Come back. Really tender at the back here. Begin to sway the hips here. Take a walk to the top of the mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Move your hands forward. Take up as much space as you want to with your hand. And then forward. Keep the knees bent. Let the body lift up to a chair pose in here. Stay here for around the breath. Let's all just bring the hand onto the low belly, so kind of underneath the belly button and above the pubic bone. That's the center of mass. So we just want to firm that up energetically as much as you can. A little lift there, and then bring the arms back up. Keep bringing the arms back in line with your shoulders. Oh, there's a breeze. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, dive over your legs. Inhale, take a giant right step back. And we're going to pause here. Spin the right heel down. Inhale, come back up to your warrior one. Give yourself a few moments just to make sure you're heel to heel or a little bit wider. And fire up the back leg. Your next exhale, hands come behind the back. Interlace and give a squeeze. Don't overdo it, just lifting and looking up a bit. Exhale, just tip a little forward. Inhale, lean back again. We're going to do two more. Thinking of zippering that little space, center of mass. Exhale, tipping forward. Maybe a little bit lower. Inhale, leaning back. Exhale, going to your edge. So high, medium, or lower. Inhale, come all the way up. Let the arms release. Up they go. And then exhale, open to warrior two. Good. Again, give yourself a moment. Maybe let the arms just come down. Relax a moment. So go a little bit wider with your legs. Ladies, yeah, north and south. And then bend, nice deep bend in that left leg. Yeah, nice rinse. There you go. And make sure you can see your left big toe still. Nice. Okay. On the next inhale, lean back to peaceful. We're going to just go back to Friday. Leaning back to peaceful, and then go ahead and let the left arm bend. Capture the back of the head. And on the exhale, elbow finds the left thigh or somewhere in that vicinity. Good. Reach the right arm up by your ears. Inhale, come on back. Leaning back. Yeah, let your left, yeah, there you go. Keep that like that, Bonnie, and then we're going to come forward. Yeah. So one more time like that, and we're going to add on. So we're going to add some energy to that left foot. The next time we come back to peaceful, start to lift the left heel up as you lean back to peaceful. Left knee is still bent, just the left heel lifts. And then exhale, pull it down, elbow finds the left thigh. Squeeze the left waist. Two more times like that. Inhale, leaning back, lift the left heel up. Exhale, pull it down. One more time. Inhale. Lifting the left heel up as you lean back. Nice. And then exhale. Let's just go ahead and bring the hands down. Frame your foot. Spin your right heel down to the top. Drag your left heel back like 6 to 8 inches. And start to crawl your hands forward. So you're going to balance on your left leg. I'm standing right now. Make sure your hands are a little bit further than where you would think, right? Just to give yourself a little more stability. And just pause here for a moment. And belly up. On the next exhale, bend both knees, come to stand up. Take your time. And give the right knee a squeeze once you're there. We're going to come right back down. Exhale. Coming back down, coming into an Ardha Chandrasana. So left hand is down. Stack the hips. Open to the right. Exhale. Level the pelvis. Come back up to stand. This is going to be a challenge, right? So you take the pit stops. This is easier. We're going to come back down. This time, revolved Ardha Chandrasana. So right fingertips come down. Twisting to the left this time. I'm just going to keep my left hand on my low back because I don't want to overdo it. And then I'm going to release. Come back up to stand. You got it. Just one more time, both sides. Oh. Okay, you're doing great. Come back here, Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand comes down. Stack the hips, open to the right. Level the pelvis, slow-mo vibes. Come back up. Hug the right knee. Last time. Good. Take your time. Yes, and then we'll go ahead. Last time here. Right fingertips down. Revolve it. Left hand onto the low back. Good job. Woo. Okay, come on. It's like, why are we doing it? No, it's good for us. It's good for our hips and our pelvis. Okay, and then just go ahead and step the right leg down. Good, let yourself just sway. It's weird being back in person again. You're like, damn it, she's looking at me. Right?
Right. I was like, oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah, it's good. Pointers. Okay, and just sway a little bit. We're gonna come into tree pose on the right side. So we'll go ahead and bring the weight into the right leg, give the left leg a break, and then come into your tree pose. So go low, 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 medium, or high. No value judgment. I'm not sure where I want to go. Yeah, find something, whatever works for your hands. You can go up, lift the gaze.
Certainly a lot of trees to look at.
There are a lot, yeah, there are a lot of trees, yeah. It's like each one of them is different, so we can all be different too. Finish. Oh, that's nice. Almost like we're standing on a fresh leg in a way. And it might be good to come off if you're on your carpet or something like that. Sometimes it'd be nice to come off the mat, yeah, and just be on the grass. The feet and the proprioception kind of fires a little differently. Just take a couple more breaths wherever you are. Put some intention in it. Put some intention on it. Looking for balance for our planet, for the inhabitants, for our body, our organs, everything. And then we'll go ahead, make your way back to the mat, step away. We'll hug the left leg in for a moment, and then just dive over. The left leg extended back. It's going to be perfect. It'll land us as a warrior one on the other side. So go ahead and land that left heel down. Then the right knee. And then we're going to come back up to warrior one on the second side. And then give yourself a few moments just to get into it. Some of you know my sister is like making her garage, and she's making it into a kind of like a pop-up store space. And so I was doing some like trying on clothes yesterday for her Instagram page and stuff. But I feel like your yoga practice is very similar to trying on clothes and dress and pants. Like you try on, you gotta figure out like, oh, is this too tight? Like, let me like these are too small. Or like, oh, these feel good. Let me just do a squat and see if they feel good. So I feel like when you get into your different asanas, it's like you have to try on for a second. It's not just like, boom, I got it on, I'm gonna go outside. It's like I don't know if I feel comfortable here. Right? So just make it something that feels comfortable, sustainable, but challenging. Right? And then we'll bring the hands down by the side, interlace, or you can grab opposite elbows. That version will come up just doing it. Lean back, look up. Exhale, going to a very gentle forward fold. And then inhale, come back up. Big breath. Exhale a little bit deeper. Reaching back to the left side of the foot, left outer side of the foot. Inhale, come back up. And one more time, going to your edge, tipping forward. And then the head, the crown come down. Slowly come back up. Release the arms. And then exhale, open to a warrior two. To the second side. And again, ready to let the arms relax for a moment. Try on the shape for the body today. On the inhale, let's lean back to peaceful. Straighten the leg, and then bend your right elbow. Exhale, elbow finds to right thigh. Squeeze the right waist. Inhale, come back up. Peaceful, free up the right leg. Exhale, pull it down. Squeeze the right waist, lengthen the left. While you reach the left arm up by your ears, nice breathe. Inhale. Come on back, peaceful. Exhale, last time like that before we add on. This time as you come back to peaceful, we're gonna add the heel, so lift the right heel up as you lean back. Exhale, woo, coming back. Yeah, to be like, yeah, it's still good for the lower legs. I'm always trying to figure out ways to like get every little tip of the body. And then one more like that, leaning back. Lift that right heel up. Exhale, and let's just cartwheel the hands down. Extend your left heel up. Drag the right heel back, maybe a foot, 6 or 8 inches to a foot, and then crawl the hands forward. Now we're going to stand on the right leg. So this is the balancing portion. If you want to work off the mat, you do that. Right? We're taking a moment here, just looking forward, pulling the core up and in. That's going to help you get through. So it's like you're holding everything, and then we'll start to stand. Bend the knee. Come up to stand. Hug the left leg. Okay, come right back down. First one, Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand comes down, stack the hips. Exhale, coming back up. Hug everything. So you have 2 on either side, so go at your pace. Revolve the hand. Following that cycle of service. Check on the breath, check on the body, check on the mind. Call it here. Just one next time you're up. And then we'll set the left foot down. Just sway a little bit right and left. And then we'll prepare for tree pose on the second side. So now standing on the left leg. Sorry if I'm not mirroring you. Take your tree pose. Take 8 breaths here. So take 8 breaths to kind of find the apex. Which side am I on? Once you find that apex, just think about your inner thigh, inner left thigh, adhering and pushing into the right foot and vice versa. So it wouldn't matter if you had pants on or shorts on or if you were sweating or not, right? But you still find that stickiness. Beautiful. One more breath. And then start to make your way back to the mat. Y'all are like super rooted wherever you were at. Go back moving. And then hug it in. And we'll dive back. Let the right leg hover for a moment. Set it down. Let's just come to stand up for a moment in a high lunge here. Lifting everything up. And then exhale, come back down. Step on back to your down dog. See how the legs feel in this pose. Sometimes we always just dump on the shoulders and downward dog. It's like all about the upper body, but you engage the legs. Now you feel how the legs can be part of this. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower the knees down. Come back to extended child pose. Or you can just sit up on the heels, really straight. And cycle of service, check on the mind, check on the breath, check on the body. Next inhale, go ahead and come on up to tabletop. Narrow the knees. Exhale, back down dog. So I'm laughing because I'll into this thing that we did on Friday that was not fun, but it was good for the body. All right, so let's try it. We're just gonna do it one time. Okay, one time forward and backward. So we're just gonna come back to downward dog, walk your feet to the back of the mat, to the back, lift. That's gonna be our starting point. And then we're gonna bend the knees as if we're gonna come into tabletop, but we're not. It's a torture chamber. The knees are gonna hover here, okay? Okay, for a moment. Just gonna fire up the core. And then we're simply gonna stalk forward to the top of the mat, and then we're gonna stalk back. So really simple baby steps. Look forward. Keep everything low, low, low. And then come back. I had an extra long mat, so I'm kind of this right now. Come back. Okay, good. Once you're at the back, and then inhale, straighten everything out to a plank pose. And then exhale back down to your downward dog, child's pose. Break, we'll have a break here. So child's pose. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Exhale, down. One more standing series. So let's reach the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. And spin the left heel down, warrior one as you come up. Take the landing, exhale, just one of these. Hands come behind the back. Inhale, squeeze, look up. Exhale, fold, one of them. Inhale, come back up, release the arms. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lean back, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the elbow here, find the thigh. Left arm reaches way up. Inhale, come back. This time, lift the right heel up. Exhale, come all the way back down. So I'm just gonna, it's nothing like one more. Spin your left heel up, drag the right heel back. Start to crawl the hands forward as you come into a standing warrior three or supported warrior three. On the exhale, bend the knees, come on up to stand. Just one on either side. Dive back over as hard as you can, right hand down, set the hips. Exhale, soften all the joints, come up to stand. Good. Revolve it here. Left hand down, right hand to your low back or up. Beautiful. And come back up, stand. Let's see if we can do tree pose on the same side. Good. Yeah, you did it. See how? Right? A matter of minutes. 2 more breaths wherever you are. All lift the arms up here, ready to dive back over the body. Exhale. Extend the leg back. And then just set it down next to the right foot. We're just gonna get into the other side. Lift the right leg up. Reach it back here. And then set it down. So I'm coming to warrior one on the second side. Come on up. Exhale, hands behind the back. Give a squeeze, lean back. Exhale, devotional variation, coming forward. Inhale, come all the way up, release the arms. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lean back to peaceful, straighten the left leg. Bend the left elbow, yeah, find the thigh with the elbow. Inhale, tip it back to peaceful, and then lift the left heel up. Just one of these, last one, the thigh. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Bend your right heel up and drag the left heel back. Walk the hands forwards, coming into supported warrior. Exhale, from the core, start to stand up. Squeeze it. And come back down, Ardha Chandrasana. Hold on. Exhale, slowly come back up. You're ready, dive back. Last one. Revolve it. Right hand down, left hand on low back or up. Slowly cannonball. Coming up. Beautiful. And then tree pose here. High, medium, or low. Now reach the arms up, prepare to dive over the legs. Reach the right leg back, let it land, and then just step back to your downward dog. Next, inhale to forward plank pose. Then exhale, lower everything onto the belly. You're going to stay down. Get a twist in here. Okay, so come into your sphinx pose here. Your back bend. This is like obvious back bend that I kind of alluded to, one of them. So the sphinx pose, thinking of an exponential curve. So not just like goes up pretty quick, but you want to think about the upper back, the neck, shoulders squeezing back. Belly button, you can lift a little bit off the mat, even if it's physically still there, just like the inner abdominal wall lifts up. Fire up the legs, then so walk them away from you a little bit. Walk your right hand forward a little bit so that you create a little opening, a little archway for your left hand to thread underneath. So we did this a couple weeks ago. Threading it under like that. And then start to walk the right hand to the left. As far as you can. Palms up. It's going to be a little bit awkward. And you may feel a stretch already in the outer back, on the deltoids, triceps. Find a place where you rest your chin on the arm. Definitely sweaty there. Everything's slippery. The upper body the same as you just start to drag the right knee out to the side. And the right knee is going to be in line with your hip. The heel is going to be in line with your knee. Instead of the bell. We'll start to lean to the left and let the right arm free up and reach to the ceiling, to the sky, and ceiling. And so I'm going to max out. I'm going to be like my arm hover. Some people want to keep falling to the right. Maybe use the cactus, the right arm instead. So you kind of be covering space. Slowly come back to the belly, fold the right leg in, get your back into that pin shape. Let's come back to space. Lift your leg up a little bit and pull it back. I just want to indicate that so you don't feel scrunched up in the low back. And then a little bit of suction happening in the waist, not to be small, but just to engage and protect the low back. And then let the sphinx pose happen. So the head lifts, the gaze is off into the distance. Squeezing the shoulders. Relax your eyes and your lips. And jaw. From here, we'll walk the left fingers forward a little bit and then start to just thread the right arm underneath, palm up. This can feel good here, but if you want to add on, you can start to walk the left arm to the right. Stay here for 5 to 8 breaths. And rest on the chin somewhere. fascinating stretch. It's almost like you're hugging yourself, and the body's like, you've never done it before. You can feel that it's like a new positionality for the arms. So much tighter operation, the internal operation to love oneself. I think the metaphor works. Stay here, or start to slide the left knee out to the side, heel out to the side. And then just start to lean to the right. Just slowly unfurl the left arm. Really intense stretch so that it's weird to have the arm out so far. Shoulder issues when you just reach up. And that's actually really quite good. So good option. So make your leg hold up for release the legs and come back to space one more time. Each one of your legs back a little bit. Relax your jaw and your eyes. And from here, we'll just roll onto the back. The best thing right now. You have creative license in here, so if you want to do happy baby or lift legs up the wall or anything else, cloud pose, shoulder stand, just take a couple minutes to do anything that feels good for your body. And put some music on. life. And just allow yourself to take stock again of the internal landscape of the body. See how the mind is feeling, how the body feels. On the emotional state. In Shavasana, you just reach the arms up overhead. You're sitting up, you just reach the arms overhead. These guys. Exhale, fold the hands to the heart. Take a moment to acknowledge yourselves. All of the teachers who come before us to bring this ancient technology to us, but it also is what we have. It's our birthright, our ability to focus on the breath, the body, and the environment around us. Yoga is both sacred and everyone's. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful life and afterlife. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone. Some of you were outside actually. I'm just going to stop the share.